Here's a free tool that finds every newspaper that covered the towns your ancestors lived in and tells you which ones you can access for free. It's called Newspaper Finder. Let me show you how it works and share a few tips I've picked up using my own family. A branch of my family left Ireland in the 1860s. One woman, Anna, settled in a small New Jersey town I'd never heard of, Westfield. As I built her branch out, I realised that her children hadn't just stayed in Westfield, they had spread into the towns nearby, and I wondered if any of them appeared in local newspapers. I have birth and death records, census records, but were there news items, mentions of attending local meetings, going to the local dance, writing letters about some grievance, and of course what's gold for genealogy, obituaries listing family members. The problem for me is that I'm not American. I wouldn't know which newspapers existed in that part of New Jersey, never mind which ones are online today, and which require a subscription, and those that are free to search and read. Thankfully, there's a free tool that solves that problem. It's called Newspaper Finder. This video is a quick tutorial, plus my own tips for getting the most out of it. Here's the mess that Newspaper Finder solves. Digitized newspapers are scattered across dozens of separate sites. Some are free, the biggest archives are behind a paywall. Newspaper Finder saves you from going to each one and using the search features that vary widely and wildly in quality. One thing to be clear, Newspaper Finder is an index, not an archive. It doesn't give you the clipping. It tells you which paper served a town, whether it is online, and it gives you the link to the archive holding it. The tool was built by two guys, Mitchell Lewis and Matthew Wheeler. Mitchell is a genealogist and Matthew is a coder. They have a clear and simple goal: list every digitized newspaper on the internet. They haven't quite got there yet, but the tool covers over 125,000 newspapers now across more than 25 databases. That's impressive. It's heavy on the United States, but it has a good amount of international coverage. Before I search for relevant newspapers, I need to know which towns I'm actually looking for. And this is where a bit of preparation pays off. I could hunt through my tree, person by person, jotting down the places, but that's very tiresome with a big tree. Instead, I made this spreadsheet, which has every residence detail in my family tree, plus places of birth, death, and marriage. I'm going to put a filter on this residence place. I'm going to put a customized filter, you'll see why. First, I'm going to say that the residence place should contain New Jersey. And then, because of different spellings, I'm going to say, or it contains NJ. And then I'll click OK. And now I'm going to sort on the residence place. And running my eye down, I can see the town of Elizabeth, town of Garwood, Plainfield, Summit, and then all of these Westfields, a lot of Westfields. If you want to make the same spreadsheet from your family tree, I'll show you exactly how to do so at the end of the video. Let's move on to using Newspaper Finder. This is the homepage of newspaperfinder.com. I'm going to go to the search page, and of the boxes up here, some of them are mandatory. You do have to give the date range. My tree tells me what to use. Anna arrived into New York from Ireland in 1867, and her future husband immigrated from England around 1860. I don't actually know when they landed in Westfield, so I'll use 1860 as the start date, and then I'll just stick in 1960 as the end year. That'll give me 100-year spread. I'm going to leave databases alone. I will come back to it later. I'm going to leave the country as the United States. And here's the good part. State provinces within the United States, I'm going to uncheck all of them, scroll down, I'm going to get to New Jersey. So that is now my search. I'm going to hit the search button and there you go. So all of those red circles are a place where there is a newspaper in a database that Newspaper Finder has indexed. So I'm going to scroll in. I'm going to use this box, search Google Map. Now, when I was initially using this tool, I thought this might jump me into Google Maps, so I was reluctant to use it. But what it actually does is, you see how it recognizes Westfield, New Jersey, USA? When I click that place, it actually jumps me to Westfield on the map itself. There we see Westfield here, it's like in the middle of the screen. And this red icon, and I click on it, it's showing me that there is a newspaper. It's the Westfield Leader, and that's on Newspaper Archive. Now, I happen to know that Newspaper Archive is a paid site. It requires a subscription. What else am I seeing? I'm seeing over here on the right, there's Cranford, and Cranford is one of the places that the branch appears in. Let's have a look. And Cranford, interestingly, down here we have the Cranford Chronicle and the Cranford Citizen on Newspaper Archive, but the earlier dates are in this fultonhistory.com, which I really wasn't familiar with before I started using Newspaper Finder. We'll come to that anon. Plainfield, again, it cropped up in my spreadsheet. We've got multiple newspapers here, different spans, and then there's a North Plainfield newspaper, again on Newspaper Archive. If I scroll out a little bit and move over to the right, there's Scotch Plains. I recognise Scotch Plains from my spreadsheet. There's Summit and there's Elizabeth. There's Rahway. All of these places popped up in my spreadsheet. If I just look at Elizabeth, on the list of Elizabeth, I'm seeing Newspaper Archive. I'm also seeing Genealogy Bank. I also know Genealogy Bank as a paid subscription. Chronicling America is backed by, or it's the archive of the, let me think, Congress, Library of Congress, right? So it is a free archive. And then I've never heard of this old news. I don't know if it's free or paid. By the way, each of these is a link that will jump me to the actual archive itself. But I think you can see immediately just how useful this is. I happen to know that in that branch there was a fellow who did fall foul of the law. He was committing the type of crime that could be covered in wider newspapers. I should say it wasn't violent crime, it was theft. It might even be covered in a newspaper out of Newark, which Newark is the city, right? So what have we got in Newark? That's just okay. Well, Newark, New Jersey, it has quite a lot of newspapers to work through. I'm going to focus, just to keep my research focused, I'm going to focus on Westfield and its near surrounding towns where I have in my tree, I have some entry of a residence in one of these towns. So I mentioned that I wasn't sure if that old news, I don't know if that's paid or free. So I'm now going to give you another tip. I'm going to come out of that widescreen and I'm going to go back up here to the box that I left with all selected, the databases. By databases, that's another word for archive. So I click on that and this is really useful. You see the dollar signs? That signifies that these are subscription sites. We got the three that I recognize: Genealogy Bank, Newspaper Archive, and newspaper.com. And unfortunately for me, that old news is a subscription site. But as you can see, Chronicling America is a free site. And then as I look down over the others that are appearing, there's Fulton History and no dollar sign. So that is free access. So what I can do, I can click off the options that have the dollar. Take off, there's Irish Newspaper Archives, excellent archive by the way. Take that off. British Newspaper Archive, take that off. And then having unclicked the paid options, I'll just click out of there. I now have 30 databases selected and I'll redo my search. And now as I scroll in, the paid options will not be there. That jumps me over, there's Westfield to the middle of the screen. Notice how I no longer have a red flag with the Westfield Leader because the Westfield Leader was only in a paid site, so it's gone. But Cranford is still there with Fulton History. And then if I go to Elizabeth, Chronicling America. So sometimes it's good to thin out the places. I mean, if you're not about to pay for a subscription, start with the free options, and that does thin down what you need to research. And then you can go back in and start looking at the paid options. So that's the search page. There is another search feature here, catalog page. Let me show you how useful this can be. Let's say I want to see all of the newspapers in the state of New Jersey that are available on Chronicling America. You may think, why don't I just go to Chronicling America to search? I'll show you. So this is the Chronicling America Historic American Newspapers search page. I'm now going to look for the state of New Jersey. So down here, I'll pick New Jersey. I will filter on, so I want to go back to 1736. I want about 1860, and then I'll take that to 1960. Click search. And here we have the collection page. It's a particular layout that personally I find a little difficult to navigate. The nice thing about having Newspaper Finder is it gives you a different layout. So I'll go over to Newspaper Finder here. I'll put in the same search date parameters. I want specifically to take off all of these databases and only have chronicling America. Here it is. I want United States and I want New Jersey. Uncheck all. Here we go. I'm going to click search, and this should be the same newspapers, right? 1 to 48 or 48 entries. I wonder if this will give me a total. Yep, 48 titles. Well done for a newspaper finder. That is accurate. But what I like about this is that I can order by location here, and I'm going to say that gives me an alphabetical list. Not quite sure why PPAC Gladstone is appearing there in third place, but it's usually alphabetical, B to E to F. Keep scrolling down. There's PPAC again. Something a bit awry with PPAC, but for the most part, it is what I'd expect. Unfortunately for me, like Westfield isn't in there, but what's absent is easier to see than on Chronicling America, in my view. But it's just a way of seeing in an easy display what newspapers are available covering which location. So that is Newspaper Finder with my tutorial and tips. Two quick things before you go. Earlier, I used a spreadsheet of every place my family lived, built from my own tree. If you want similar, we have an online service where you upload your GEDCOM, which is an export of your family tree, and it gives you the spreadsheet. It comes down in Excel format, but you can import it into Google Sheets. And if you like this kind of practical, no-fluff research walkthrough, my weekly newsletter is where I share the tools and tricks. The link to the service and to the newsletter is in the description below. Best of luck with your family research.